This is Sales Mastery, and right now you're listening to Jackson 360, all about making things happen. Sales is a numbers process. It is a numbers process. You are going to, it's like a batting average. It's you want to keep track of numbers. So you might have to speak to 10 before 3 of them are even interested. And then once you present to those 3 people that are interested, notice I say to the 3 because you're not presenting to all 10 because there's levels to it, right? So let's talk about that. So the first level is what's called exposure. Exposure when it comes to numbers is just how many people are you just exposing yourself to, period. And so exposure is not you giving them a whole presentation. It's not you necessarily showing them everything about your product. Exposure is simply just promotion and you communicating with somebody on the most basic minimum level. Exposure might be, let's say you're at a party or at an event or at a trade show and you've got your information with you, you've got your card there, and you might be just give somebody your card, or you talk with them and just show someone your product and you mention something to them very briefly. It's just kind of just touching them slightly with what I have available. I'm not going to go into details, but I want to let you know I got a service that can help you. You don't go into the details, but you just say that to someone or you show that to someone. It's like almost like giving out a free sample. That is considered one exposure. You got so many exposures you got to do, and that's going to turn into how many people are now what I call leads. Leads are people that have been exposed. They either follow back up with you. They show some level of interest. They filled out a survey of some sort. They gave you their email. They say, yeah, you can give me a call back. So let's say you talk to 10 people, you exposed your stuff, you gave 10 samples, and 3 people say that they're interested. Okay, that's pretty good, 30%. Now that you got the 3 people that are interested, now you're doing what's called the follow-up, or you're piquing their interest. So you talk to them. To that, it depends on how many steps are in your business. Some people, their very next step is they do what's called a first phone call with this person, where they're surveying them, and now you're getting information because you want to see if this person is qualified in many cases. And that's just basic stuff. Hey, let me make sure I get your name and information correct again. What exactly are you looking to do or accomplish? Okay, because you want to know how is this product going to help them, right? What is the problem that they have? Then maybe what's the concern they have regarding this product? Like if it's a person that wants to go to school, they might say, well, I am concerned about is room and board. I don't know how I'm going to do this because where I'm going to be living, or I don't know how I'm going to be able to pay my bills because I don't have a job. So now that's something that you want to write down and be aware of. This is a concern they have, and then you want to address that concern. A big part of sales, and many times that I've learned, especially when you're dealing with higher end sales, is figuring out what is the person's problem. There's 2 levels of problems. Problems on why they need your product, but also the problems and why they might not be able to get your product. And so you want to address that. You're dealing with a wife and she wants to buy a car, but she doesn't know if her husband is going to agree with it, if her husband's going to be okay, or vice versa. That is a concern she may have. So you want to address that. Like, do you have any concerns? Is there someone that's going to support you in making your decision? You ask little small questions like that, and you don't have to spend a long time. This could be a very short conversation. It could literally be 3 to 5 minutes. Hey, listen, I just want to, why is it important that you have this type of service or product in your life right now? You ask them something like that. Hey, look, have you ever tried products or services like this before? What's your experience with them? And let them talk a little bit, and then you say, you know what? Do you have any concern about it? So, for example, if you're selling a car, a person say, well, I'm concerned about my credit. Okay, perfect. Now you want to know going in, this is something we're going to have to, so you're going to have a remedy for their credit, for their financing. This is why you have that first call. So let's say you had 10 people you exposed, 3 people were leads. You spoke to the 3 people as leads, and now you set up an appointment with them. Now the next step is they're getting an actual live demonstration, or they're doing a test drive, or some sort of personal consultation. Like, they're getting directly to like that final decision making step. You're getting to that step right before they make the money. It's a lot more to that, and I'm not going to go deep into that with this specific talk. I got another video where I go really deep into that, because there's so many different situations where that will play out so different, and it's a lot of details when it comes to if you're doing a demonstration, if you're doing a home-based party, and you're exposing people to your home-based business. There's a lot. I can give you some information or hours of content for that. Just know that final step is going to be very important, that you're sharp, that you're on point. And I just want to give you some basic principles. People need to know you, like you, trust you. They want to feel comfortable with you. Even if they can know you beforehand, it's even better, because you've marketed, branded yourself, you're using a brand name. And now it's a totally different situation if a person is coming to meet you and they don't know your brand. Now you have to have a totally different approach, because now you're trying to establish trust at the same time make the sale. The name of the game should be truly trying to add value to your customer. In some cases, you want to give them free value in advance, to help them out in advance. Meaning you want to maybe give them a free resource, say, hey, you can use this, because now you let them feel like this is more than just a transaction. Because in some cases, you want for them to be a lifetime customer, or you might want them to come back and refer more people. If you sell anything, you're eventually going to have another product that you sell at some point. And that same person, you want for them to come back to you when you introduce a new product. McDonald's, even though they sell food, if they introduce one new product to their product line, if they introduce a Shamrock Shake or a new sandwich, immediately they're going to make millions of dollars, because they already have so many customers and so many distribution locations. Same thing with you. When you add a new product in the future, if you have treated your customers like clients and you kept up with them, you treated them well, they'll want to and feel comfortable and confident to purchase when you introduce this new product. So keep that in mind. Work on really making sure that you are using the product yourself, that you're really added value to your customer by giving them some sort of free resource, give them some free information. And keep in mind that you're not trying to convince people. It's better that you sort through people, because if you're coming off too thirsty or too needy, people will not buy from you if you feel like you have low value, right? Some people will, but it's a very small amount of people that will buy just because they feel sorry for you. People want to feel like they're buying something that's exclusive and they're getting a deal on it, and make them feel like they're winning. Let them walk out the situation like they just really came up on an amazing decision by working with you. So it's not just getting a product, it's an experience they had with you. Sales is much more than a transaction. It's a total experience. When they first walk through the door to see you, what are they seeing? How are they treated? If they have to speak to someone else before they speak to you, making sure that they're treated pleasant, making sure that they're treated professional the entire way through, so that they feel like a superstar client, like they're wearing a shirt that says treat me special. And don't prejudge people, because I promise you, most people prejudge, you're going to immediately start losing sales. Many people that you think and they are not going to buy, or they're not going to spend a lot of money, usually times are the people that buy and spend the most money from. And it's for also the opposite. The people that look like they're going to spend a lot of money many times are people that don't spend anything. Those are the people that are sometimes time wasters. But treat everyone well, because most customers, even though they don't spend with you today, they might come back and again in the future. It's a small world, and if a person liked you, they'll go with you the next time, and you want to be that go-to person they go to. So keep that in mind and increase your sales, and also increase the value that you're sharing in the world. I am Jackson 360, all about making it happen, addicted to action, and I look forward to seeing you at the top.